today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Giants, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The numbers in last week's contest for Ingram: 7 catches, 111 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence. That's complete to his tight end, Farrell. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46. Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Lawrence to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Lawrence will throw. Throw over the middle, pulled in here by Farrell. And he is going to have a Jags first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Now Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and they have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Following the fumble recovery, Jones. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 16 carries, 95 yards, and a score. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 35. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough, a rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly. They've won a few in the years following. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Throwing Jones. His throw incomplete. The Giants at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, and
he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing. Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. These two teams, the Jags and Giants, two lowest scoring teams in the NFL last year in 2021. The Jags, 14.9 points a game. Giants only slightly better, 15.2. Now, by comparison, you think about the Cowboys, they led the league 31.2 points per game. So more than both of these two clubs combined. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Jones. Well, that's complete to Shepard. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25. Here's Jones, throwing on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown! Sterling Shepard as the first half is winding down. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We begin with a battle of two teams more associated with Thanksgiving Day, really. Detroit heading south to take on Dallas. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. The Lions locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we slide over to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. A.J. Green, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all tied up with the visiting Green Bay Packers. In our game, we were treated to a strong first half from the former Blue Devil, Daniel Jones. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Off play action. Jones. High throw, but the catch is made. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Looking to throw. Jones. It's complete to Cook. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 88 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Shepard. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes him from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. It's the fullback with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 28-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl A 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Jones on 1st down. Throwing deep for Galladay. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 46 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Room here to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown, Giants! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
Part, I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in a blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, We've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Lawrence going to give this to Robinson. Draw play. Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And this will be a Giants first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd and 11 at the 41. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A run between the tackles with Breida. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Breida. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air, escaping the pressure right. And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Gano for the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Lawrence. Connection made with Chenault. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A final shot now for Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Giants, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.